Hi guys, my name is Bit. This is Set 3 and Pass and welcome to the latest deck profile for this channel. Now I've been trying to play a bit of Swordsoul, learn the combos of the deck so I can play against it, because I know this is one of the most popular decks this format and the last format, and to be honest I just recently got every card I need for this deck. Now this is a quote-unquote budget option because it doesn't have the adventure package, which as you know is really expensive. So this is more of a pure sort of Swordsoul Tenyi build, and I'll go through some of my choices I've got on this build, some of the things I've added, some of the things I haven't added, and hopefully that helps you decide if you want to go with the pure engine or the adventure token engine. I will say though, if you've got the money for it, get the adventure token engine. It does help quite a bit. Anyway, before we begin the deck profile, remember to like, comment and subscribe. We do love reading your comments, we do love responding to them, and it's good to get a community going. And it's great if you've got any tips and tricks for me, please make sure you put them in the comments. Without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so the three ofs, the Yugioh the Virtuous, I don't have to explain what she does, but she is one of the best. I was thinking about cutting her down to 2. I might try next weekend, locals, maybe cut it down to 2, but at the moment I think she works really well as a 3 of. Then I have the 3 Moyi, the 3 Lonyon, and the 2 Taya or Taye. Honestly, Taya is probably the best one in the entire deck, just because of what he can do and how much utility he has, because he also dumps a card. But Lonyon, yeah, there's your 1 card, or 2 cards, sorry, rank 10. 3 Emergence, you have to play 3 Rota, amazing, and the 1 Blackout. That's our Swordsoul package. Now I do play a massive Tenyi package with the 3 Ashinas. You know, essentially this guy with something else is a 1 card full board, really. 1 card. This card and the other Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, I believe, is literally full board. 3 the shooters. I was playing 2 before, but honestly the 3rd one came up in testing, so I actually put him back in. 3 Adahara. I think this is probably the 2nd best one, right after the Ashuna. Tuner as well, so it does come in handy. I play the 1 Shatana. This does come in sometimes. Again, you know, it's just having an extra body on the board, just to go into your summons, because the token's always a tuner, so you just need that rank 4 to get into your rank 8. And I play 3 Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. So essentially, Dragon Cycle in any one of these is full combo. Obviously, there's ones that you want, ones that you can prefer. I'd rather have Ashuna and Vishuddha, and then go straight into Dragon Cycle. You can have any one of these as well and still go full board. And when I say full board, I just mean full combo. Right, and for the hand traps, I play 3 Ash, generic, works. A little caveat about the hand traps, I don't think this format you're gonna go far with just the 1 hand trap. You need at least 2 hand traps, especially because most of the meta decks are putting up an easy Omni Negate before they reach 5 summons. So chances are you're not going to Nibiru them, and if you do Nibiru them, you need something else to sort of stop the adventure package. Essentially, I know I'll keep going on about it, but if you're building this deck, you want to think, right, how can I out an adventure board is usually the question. I play the 3 Imperm and the 2 Rabbit. Now the Ogre, I do want to increase this and I can, but at the moment 3's never come up when I'm testing with my friends. 2 is kind of good, and I want to keep this deck at a 40. I hate going over 40, so that's why we're keeping 2 for now. And then the other cards, so the 3 E-Teles. You've got to have the 3 E-Teles because most of your combos with the Hulk, which I use Hulk in this deck, you know, you can summon any one of these guys as tuners and go straight into Hulk with the E-Tele. So let's say if they stop a Moyi or a Taya, you can E-Tele and then just continue. And the 1 Despot. Okay, now the extra deck, there's actually quite a bit of room in the extra deck, what you can and cannot add. Obviously there are some cards that you have to be there, and there's some cards which you can remove if you want. I think this extra deck is really solid, so you want to sort of keep it to this one. So let me just go through the extra deck. So the two monks, sorry, I did have 3 before, I removed them. Third one never came up. The second one, you know, two is enough, 1 is not enough, and 3 is, I think, too many. The extra deck is really tight. The Auroradon to go the combo, and then Hulk into Auroradon to get Despot. Now this is actually a new addition to the extra deck. I didn't have him before, and the reason why is because essentially you can go into him at any given point if you do the Auroradon combo. So I thought, why not? You know, why not put this in there? And I think it's worked really well because you can use the tokens, use Adahara, go straight into that, into him, and then essentially you're turning off anything that goes into the graveyard, so like hand traps. But also, there's some combos where you can literally go into, you can pitch Long Yun from your deck and then grab him back with a Shuna. So this is a really good card. 1 Yazi, 2 Baxia. I mean, this is just a board breaking card. You know, if you're going second, you make Baxia. You know, you're flipping 2 cards back into their deck, which is really good. 2 Shishao. I think this is tried and tested. I play the 1 Tenyi Monk, the Berserker. The reason why I play him is just to close out games, nothing special, just making sure that if I've got lethal, I can keep lethal with him. He's never really come up, to be honest. Games usually end before he's on the board, but if he's on the board, you know, he does get to banish, so he can quote unquote negate the adventure engine if they have him out. The 1 Chao Feng. Now Chao Feng is just a personal favourite of mine just because it shuts off lights. You could literally have any other card in here. I just have Chao Feng because I do go into Chao Feng. It's not that great, to be honest. So this is another flex spot. So you've got 2 flex spots. If you want to change them out, feel free to do so. And then you have the, you know, I always get the names wrong, so I do apologize. The Cheng Ying. This card is ridiculous, especially because everyone banishes. This card against PK is crazy because PK starts banishing things. You can get rid of 1 thing from their grave and 1 thing on the field if they banish. You know, this is quite ridiculous, and also protects itself by banishing. Ridiculous. And 3k, and normally you're looking at about 3.5, 3.6k beat stick. The 1 Baron, I'll be honest, you know, I barely make this card, and if I do, it's when I'm going first. And I think they have a Nibiru. I'm just sort of trading this for a Nibiru at this point. But you know, it's an option to have. She's really powerful. She does destroy, so you can use her in the Hulk Yazi combo. You know, if you bring her out first. So she's quite good. Now the last card is probably the best card in the extra deck, I think, personally, because this card essentially has 2 disruptions, and it does 1,200 damage, which is ridiculous, and it also draws a card. I'm not even sure why Konami made such a ridiculous card, because this is essentially a rank 10, so you can make him with 1 Long Yun and something else in the hand, but this card is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this card overperforms so much in testing, it's crazy. Now for the side deck. Now the side deck's always different depending on your locals. Mine is just very sort of, I've got a lot of Swordsoul, I've got a lot of just weird decks in there. We've got Eldritch, we have someone who's playing Unchained, we've got someone who's still uninvoked, so you know, it's a mixed bag, but this is what I think works for me. Lancia, 3. The 3 Droll and Lockbird. I don't really know, I think you could pretty much, it is a strong card, but at the same time, I don't think it's that much of an interruption. Sure, there's some decks which this just stops them in their tracks, but at the same time, you know, there's some decks where this does nothing, you know, it's just a deterrent. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. 3 Forbidden Chalice, absolutely love Forbidden Chalice, love this card. You know, it stops Scythe, if I know they've got Scythe. I don't really want to be sending stuff to the graveyard, that's why droplets are not here. I'd rather keep stuff on the board and just make sure that, you know, I resolve fully whatever my effect is, or stop their Scythe. Now, literally every deck in the locals runs Scythe, and so I've got a lot more, you know, back row hate Twin Twisters. yeah, it's just making sure, you know, we don't fall into Scythe, because we do actually want to play this game. And Konami, please do something about Scythe, or at least Dagda. It shouldn't be that easy to splash it. And this is just me. I just really like Raigeki. Yeah, I use it all the time in all my side decks, just because people don't expect it. And it's at 3. And you know, if they do negate, and if you've got a ghost spell or something on the field, you can get rid of it. You know, it's just one of those cards. But yeah, for my locals, it's testing, guys. So you know, we can put whatever we want in our decks and, you know, just play and have fun. Alright guys, I hope you like that deck profile. It is a quick one. If you've got any questions, do put them down into the comment section below. I promise we do read them. If you've got any tips or you think you can improve the deck, do let me know. This is Bit from Set 3 and Pass, and to be continued. Thank you.